everyone, and welcome to Go Watch a Movie, episode 89. I'm Kelvin.
And I'm Robert.
And today, we are doing the Netflix film. I know it's been out a couple weeks. I Am Mother. Little one I saw that was super fun, and I'm just really excited to talk about that one. But before we get into that, a little bit of entertainment news. Robert, were you a fan of the Hunger Games?
I thought it was decent. I like the first one more so than the rest.
The rest of them? Well, a prequel book is being created, and Lionsgate has already jumped on board and said a prequel movie will follow.
Yeah.
Are you pretty much down with prequels? Or
no,
that particular?
I mean, sometimes they're okay, but for in general, I don't really like the idea of a prequel, because you already know what's happening. We did talk about this one time with another movie that I thought it worked when they went backwards. Those Ouija board movies. Yes. But for some reason, just like other stuff, like Star Wars, I didn't really need to see a prequels to that. I didn't really, so I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of the prequels.
Gotcha. I really enjoyed this world, even though people, the purists yell at me and say the movie, whatever it was that I guess inspired her to write these. What was that? Where the school? Yeah.
Yeah, Japanese.
Yeah, but I still enjoyed them. Good old Katniss Everdeen. I enjoyed the world they built. The love stories didn't gross me out because she throughout kind of stayed pure to what she wanted, But yeah, so I'm kind of looking forward to it. And I did read the book, so I'm looking forward to going back and see how it all started. But yeah, that's that. What else did we have on the docket? Avengers is going back to theaters. I guess they had to, and they just left. Like they've been in there for 10 weeks. But I guess they really want to beat Avatar. But they're going back now with one deleted scene and a actual post-credit scene this time. To give people a little bit incentive to go back. The incentive for you?
I'm probably gonna wait for this just so I can really sit and milk it, as opposed to being in a theater situation for the next watch.
Yeah, because I kind of want here's my dream. I want to get it, and then I want to plop on Infinity War. Sit back with some popcorn, maybe a replica of the Infinity Gauntlet, and watch it all the way through, followed directly by Endgame. I know my bladder will be like swollen to astronomical sizes by the end of it, but yeah, I just want to watch those back to back, seemingly how they were originally meant to be. Like, because I know they split them in half, but I think it will fit so perfectly right back to back, Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's my dream. But of course, I love Thanos. Game of Thrones. We're going away a little bit from movie news to TV news. The prequel series, one of them anyway, has begun, and it will be set. Let's see. I think thousands of years from the original Game of Thrones series in the Golden Age of Heroes. And it'll feature all of Westeros, what led its greatest time to what led to the darkest time in the creation of the White Walkers. So that's something you're interested in, sir? Or are you, because I know you just haven't.
I don't know. Again, another prequel. It might be good. I mean, it's possible, but at the same time, I feel like if they should have gave us what we needed to get out of that from the original. I feel like, again, they're just trying to drain that money out of you or something with prequels. So I don't know. It might be good, but still, I'm just like, I was more concerned with the original than a thousand years ago. I guess.
I do kind of want to see the origin of the White Walkers. We get a very brief glimpse, in the actual show. I would prefer,
because I thought they didn't really give you any background information, really. They just there, and then
when they stabbed the little fairy dude's the chick stabbed them and made the original one. But other than that, we don't know much.
Yeah, but I feel like that was enough, even though because it's just a little mystery is a good thing sometimes. I would rather see a more about that faceless god myself.
That would be amazing.
That was really interesting to me.
Especially seeing as how they just forgot about it in the end there. What?
If they want to do a spinoff or a prequel, I mean, that's the way to go. Something that isn't really connected with what's happening with the originals,
the main folks.
So it's not like I wonder what's going to happen. I mean, you already know because you saw Game of Thrones, but this would be something maybe kind of new,
but removed enough to I'm like, okay. Maybe you should write that.
So if anybody's listening, that's what you should do. Don't have to give me credit. Just do it. I'll be happy.
Give them the credit. I did want to touch on one more thing. Annie Potts, the kind of one note but still hilarious secretary from Ghostbusters 1 and 2, has officially kind of sort of said she will be in the new part 3, which makes me happy because we got one. It's still a classic. I just wanted to touch on that briefly, but I did want to say all of those stories can once again be found on GoWatchMovie.com. It is back up and running, smoother and better than ever. Those stories are on there in better detail. I just described them. Go on there, check them out. All the trailers we talk about will be on there, and so on and so forth. But yes, that will bring us to trailers. You first or me, sir?
I'll go right ahead.
Okay. And I got a feeling this may, I don't know. We'll see. Ready or Not is my trailer, sir. And I don't know if you saw this one, but it kind of looks like, it's starring Margot Robbie. It kind of looks like, Get Out meets Clue meets Surviving the Game.
Okay.
It's like, so a young bride gets married to a middle-class family, not middle-class, a high-class family. And I don't even know how to describe it. But basically they start playing this game after they get married. All the family's sitting there, and she gets this board. Not a board, but a deck of cards, and she draws out hide and seek. And she's like, well, what's the rules? How do I win? And he's like, you hide and survive until dawn. Or not survive, but you hide until dawn. And she's like, well, I hope not. I don't have to hide that long. Keep saying survive. As soon as she hides into this kind of dumbwaiter, the entire family just starts collecting guns and weapons to hunt her down and kill her. And there's apparently some kind of underlying ritual going on. It's kind of weird and quirky because the jokes are one of the chicks comes in and shoots the maid because she thinks she's her, and she starts crying, no, this is new to me. That whole kind of humor. So it looks fun and quirky and weird and different, which I like. Yours, sir?
All right, so mine is Dr. Sleep. I don't know if you've seen this trailer or not.
I have not.
This is the sequel to The Shining. And I am super pumped. So I guess the kid from The Shining, I haven't read the books or anything, I don't know what's going on. All I know is from the movie, a trailer.
Say Dr. Slate or Sleep?
Dr. Sleep.
Yes. I'm sorry.
Okay,
yeah.
Yeah. He, I guess, he's grown up now, and he still's got his little ability. And there's a girl who also has it. She thinks it's magic, and then he explains to her, this is The Shining. And I guess there seems to be some other characters in it who have some supernatural abilities. I guess called The Shining. I guess everybody just has The Shining. It looks great. I don't know. I'm super excited just for a sequel to The Shining.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I said, I haven't read the book, so I don't know if fans are out there just, mad or happy or what. I don't have any I have no outside influence. All I know is I saw the trailer and I'm just super pumped to see a sequel to The Shining because The Shining is freaking amazing. I think it's going to be rough though, because I don't know if you've seen that YouTube video that kind of explains in depth what it might mean. There's like some interpretation that might mean that he was, what actually happened to the boy. So I don't know if they're going to tackle that at all in it, or if there's going to be some more of those things, like hints that maybe, describe how he's coping with, if that's actually what happens. So I don't know. I'm just super excited to see more of that world, and I think it's going to be pretty sweet.
Go Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Mm-hmm.
Can't go wrong there. The people I've spoken to said the book was kind of boring. Mm-hmm. Compared to the Shining book, which was amazing, just like the movie. So they're all like, I have high hopes that it's better visually. Mm-hmm. So I have high hopes as well, because after rewatching it for that episode we did, those Shining Shiners, I think it's called. I'm like rehooked on that movie again.
I'm just super excited to get more content from that world. Yeah. Even if it's not, I don't think it's not going to be as good. It's The Shining. It's such a classic.
You can't really touch it.
It's not going to touch it. But if it adds a little bit without destroying what we have in that first movie, then I'm going to be super happy. It's just like Blade Runner. Yes. Like, I was so happy to get another Blade Runner movie, and then even though it wasn't as good as the original, it didn't, for me at least, it didn't diminish what was great about the first one for me. So, and I was happy to get more content. So I'm not mad at him for it. So hopefully this one's good too.
Do you think he will still have his little finger friend?
I think the finger friend is gone. I think they might introduce some new friends since there's more people with The Shining, and the little girl might have something going on. I don't know. No finger friend.
Dang it.
Trying to do some marketing. You can do like market a little finger friend.
No, I just remember I had so much fun with that little thing in that episode we did.
Do you catch yourself doing that in the mirror every once in a while?
No. That will bring us to the 2019 drama thriller I Am Mother. First of all, I got to get into this. Somebody has a crush. Isn't that right, Watchbot?
Stop it. You are making me blush. It is not a crush. I just think Mother's voice is sexy.
Yeah, I know you thought her voice was sexy, you sly devil. Anyway, Watchbot, if you would not mind.
I Am Mother, a 2019 Netflix film. A teenage girl is raised by a robot designed to repopulate Earth. Their bond is tested when a stranger arrives with alarming news. Directed by Grant Sputor, it stars Hilary Swank, Clara Rugged, and that hottie mother that I want to have sex with.
Thank you, Watchbot. Didn't have to add a thing about sex in there, but that's a little weird. Let's get into this. So basically, 3 actors, 2 and a voice, and that's about it, right?
No, there's 3. There was a guy that was inside the little robot costume, and then he acted. He did all the movements. That's good. That's acting, even if he didn't talk.
I guess. And I did really enjoy the scene where he was dashing to the door. That was pretty epic.
I don't know if that was actually him or CG though. I mean,
that's true.
I didn't really get in there and check it out, but.
Oh, now you kind of have me wanting to go back and rewind that because I enjoyed that scene. Sir, overall, kind of generic. What did you think about it?
It did. When you say that, it does feel a little generic in a way. It felt very Netflixy. Oh. To me, it didn't feel like something that was going to be like, in theaters. If it did, it would have been like a small release or something. But that doesn't diminish its goodness. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, I got a moon feel without like without it copying, it still gets that kind of.
It definitely had that feel. It was very, in my opinion, like kind of claustrophobic because you're just in that one little base. Basically, they do break out at a point. Sorry, spoilers, but it did feel like. Plus, with so few, actors or actresses in it, along with the claustrophobic feel, it really has that. It gives it a kind of a weird compression-y feel to it. I don't know if you got that as well.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. But I think that kind of helps me put myself in her shoes. Like, she didn't want for more until, the other chick showed up, but I kind of would have been asking a few more questions personally. Mm-hmm. I thought, I love the tone of it. I love how it starts with just the birth of the little girl, and we see all that go through it. There's just, now that you mentioned claustrophobic, that's what's on my mind. Because it did kind of feel small, but they did when they went out to the real world. Jumping ahead in spoilers, I guess. First off, let me ask you this: let's say you were raised by this thing, and I'm not sure what age she ended up when the story actually started. We'll say early 20s.
I would say late teens, early 20s, somewhere in there.
Would you have stick around and obey, or do you think you would have developed a sense yourself, like of curiosity and wants to leave?
Well, she shows curiosity towards once she finds the mouse.
Yes,
but you gotta have something to spurt the curiosity, I think, because she's being told, it's not safe, it's safe.
Well,
here,
but humans still have. No matter how much control we have, we still have that want for more. It's like inherent in us.
Yeah, but if someone told me if I went out my front door that I was going to die, I'm not going out there. I ain't that curious. I was like, okay, I'm not going out there. I'm going to die. And that's her only source of information, but not really her only source of information because she used to watch all those shows and stuff. So that kind of gave weight to what the mother was saying. Like, yeah, it's not safe, but this was what was there. But now it's like, don't go there. I don't know. I think she was curious, but I think the older she got, I think naturally, it was all planned by mother, obviously, but because it was revealed. But I think I don't know if the mouse was planned though. That's a flaw in the system right there. Yeah, I'm not sure. That was the anomaly that mother wasn't looking for or didn't expect.
I guess what else I'm getting to are natural urges.
You're talking about those natural urges.
For others.
Talking about when you get that feeling?
When you get that feeling, you want sexual healing. Yes, my friend.
I don't know. I think
that will trump everything you're taught eventually. Maybe not for a woman. I can't put myself in a woman's
You think she was going to go crazy with sexual desire and just go running out into a toxic wasteland, hoping that there was a dude there? I don't think it drives you that. I don't know. There's nuns. People can turn that off.
I'm not going to get into that.
with prayer.
But, and I guess she was pretty technological capable, so she could have made something. Maybe she hadn't made something.
That's out of all the themes in this movie, that's the place you go.
Sorry. No, I got the other things. I'm just being stupid here. But so the stranger. Well, I don't know how much of Mother do we really need to talk about and her training at the first part. I know it gets deeper in the end, but at first it's kind of just plainly regimented. She teaches her, she coddles her. Did you feel like you needed more story in the beginning, or were you fine with the story that they presented you?
Yeah, I was fine with what they gave us in the beginning. I was fine with it. Now I'm like thinking about the whole, sexual healing thing. Like, thanks, because I hadn't thought of that.
I mean, like I said, women are much better
I'm saying you just turn it off. I'm sure at some point she was like asking Mother, like, is masturbation bad? And the Mother was like, when your motherly voice, oh, it's perfectly healthy.
Does not compute.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that deleted scene's not gonna pop up anywhere.
Oh, I'm making it. Oh boy. You've been spending many hours in the workshop. What are you creating? I think my extra arm is missing. Oh, we're getting off course here. I'm sorry. But let's see. The stranger comes. And this is like right after another incident where Mother is pretty pissed about her messing with the door.
Yeah, it all happens like one right after the other. That's why I'm thinking, I wonder if it was all part of the plan. Like, I feel like the mouse couldn't have been, but maybe it was. Maybe it was.
Oh, you're thinking Mother arranged her?
Oh, she set all that up. That was all Mother. You think Hilary Swank's character, just known as the woman, was just hanging out there, like, legit? I mean, there were no mines, apparently. I know she drew all these people, but I mean, there was no evidence of any other people when they got out there.
Yeah, and I think. Oh,
and then at the end, I'm sorry, spoilers, jumping way ahead. When that robot goes into her little home, whatever it was, little storage unit that she has on the beach, which there's no way they couldn't have found her if that's where she was really staying. They would have found that.
Yeah.
And then she goes in.
Oh, man.
And even the robot said, like, we had a purpose for you. Like, even in kind of that snarky way, is like, you stayed out here all this time. We never found you unless that's what we wanted. And then, then she closes the door. That whole thing was set up to find this person that cared about somebody other than herself who could raise the next generation of man. That was the whole point of it.
Leading Swank there, though, like that has not occurred to me. Like I know she wanted Swank, the info out of Swank, but I didn't realize. Oh man, that had not occurred to me.
Because at the end they give that away that they knew she was there that whole time.
Yeah, and that makes sense now. That all makes sense.
And they set it up. There was some little foreshadowing there in the very beginning when they gave her that question. They spent a lot of time on that question. That's how I know it was important. And it's like, what would you do? Would you, would the doctor, kill herself to save those few people, or would the doctor stay alive to save, more than just those few people?
Yeah.
So they were all setting that up. That Mother was, and that's why Mother finally, relinquished control and said, "You got this," because she was waiting and burn all those other kids up, because she was waiting for that one kid that was going to be like, "Yeah, I'm going to, go for what the greater good would be, as opposed to, saving an individual." Yeah,
because she did put everything else above herself. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got that part, but I didn't. Yeah, that didn't click with me. Goddamn,
the whole thing was set up. That was for me the genius part of it. That's what makes it worthwhile, even though it has the feeling of just something that was made for TV, kind of with good sci-fi elements. It has that extra little oomph.
See, I didn't really feel like it was made for TV. I feel like I would have watched that in cinemas.
Yeah. It just, I don't want to say made for TV. I mean, like for back of the day TV. I mean,
like Lifetime.
Like now, not like that. I mean, like now,
sorry,
like Netflix, Hulu, that kind of.
Yeah, okay. Because that's where my mind goes when I hear made from TV. I'm like, Lifetime.
I don't mean like that. That's.
Well, then you opened my mind to, like, I already enjoyed this movie, so that. I didn't piece that. Like, I realized, she was trying to use her, which clearly happens. But oh man, wow.
There's a couple things in there that could throw that theory, because I mean, Mother seemed really intent on finding out if there was anybody else out there.
Yeah, but see, that's what I thought. Like, I'm pretty sure that was part of Mother's plan. Like, I'm still believing what you said, but I think adding on to that, I still think she wanted to guarantee there was nothing else out there. Mm-hmm. And now that I have you, I can get that information.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they had a lock on the planet. That's what I'm saying. There's no way they could not have known she was just hiding in that box sitting on the beach out in the middle of,
That makes sense now that you're saying it out loud. That makes perfect sense. Like, why wouldn't they know? Because she wasn't really hiding on the beach. She's just in a shipping container.
She had plenty of everything. She's like, and we have plenty of food. She had all these cans of food. It's like, where'd she get all these, all these supplies from? She wasn't like really, she can't just forage a can of food. You know what I mean?
Dude, this, what we just watched?
What's that?
Fucking Zion.
Yeah.
Like, this is the start of the Matrix.
This is the prequel to the Matrix.
She makes a deal with the fucking robots, and then it'll eventually turn into you have this many for Zion, which will be, whatever, and then, oh, man.
And they were just getting to the point on the planet, the robots were, where they were growing crops.
Yep,
so
they
just got to the point where a man can start going outside and flourish again.
Yeah, and Slink's character said the air wasn't breathable a couple months ago. So, oh man.
I don't know where she was hanging out at though. Like a couple months ago, I really don't think there was a mine. I feel like those people she just drew from like wherever. As
past memories,
or just I don't know. I think she may have been one of those kids or something.
Yeah, see, I still think she came from somewhere. I think she came from somewhere and fucked up. Like, because when she asked her about the mine, I don't know, man.
I think she was one of the kids and she failed
and escaped somehow.
And then part of the failure was she escaped and got out there, and then the mother was like, you know what, I can use that to my advantage later.
Or are we saying escaped with quotes? Like mother's like,
yeah, escaped with quotes. But since she failed, she's like, well, I can use her later, but I mean, she's not going to be good for the leader. So she had to, keep giving,
I need to rewatch this.
Keep making it. I'm telling you, that's what it's all about.
Oh man.
At first, because of the way it's presented, like when you get on that screen where you select the movie, it shows side by side. It shows Hilary Swank and then it shows Clara. And then I'm thinking, I wonder if they're like clones of the same person or something, and not just an older version. At first, I thought that, but then as I started watching the movie, I realized like, yeah, these people aren't the same people. It's like two total different individuals here.
Let's talk about Mother's turn.
Mother's turn.
Yeah, when she kind of goes from, we start seeing the changes from caring to, okay, Mother's clearly up to something. How do you think that was executed? Or did you always suspect Mother? Because it sounds like
I thought Mother was always up to something after that long foreshadowing thing with, what would you do? Yeah. And then especially, like, it really drove home when, like, Hillary was threatening the daughter. I never really had a name. He just called her daughter. Yeah. Was threatening the daughter. And then the mother was just like, she's like, let me out, like the woman did, while she's threatening the daughter. And then Mother just lets her out. Because Mother had control of all those Mother was just part of a bigger thing. So one of those drones.
Mother was the biggest thing. Yeah. So she
could have just had somebody snipe her from the back of the head when she opened the door or whatever she wanted to do. She let her go on purpose.
And let them see. That's what I thought. Like, here's where I was. This is what was my train of thought when they got out there. I was thinking, well, clearly there should be other robots everywhere. From the way Swink described it. And I was like, well, maybe Mother's just leading her, like, letting her go just to find out where she's staying to see if she takes her back to this mine. And yeah, so that's where my brain was, but now you've exploded it with this new revelation.
Only thing I'm not certain about is how the woman, Hilary Swank's character, got shot. Because it was a different bullet. And the robots weren't using those types of weapons. So that's the only thing I don't know. Unless one of the robots just snuck in with another weapon and shot her, and then she was looking for help, and that's why she ended up at the place. Maybe that's how they got her to the place, is by shooting her with an old bullet, old gun. So that they would know it, so that the daughter knew it wasn't the actual drone. So there was some mystery there. So like, was it her? How do I tell when someone's telling the truth? I got to look at the evidence. All these things were lessons, I thought. Yeah.
Damn. This movie was deeper than I thought. And I didn't watch it I didn't think I watched it at a surface level because I was really into it. But I guess I didn't go as deep as I could have. Which takes us back to what daughter built in that laboratory. So one of my favorite scenes in this movie is when daughter gets back and all those lasers just appear on her chest. And we see the freaking army of robots just there because, clearly this place needs to be protected. And see, that's another reason why I was thinking maybe because she didn't know who was going to come back. I don't think Mother was sure if an army was going to come back or...
I think Mother knew that there wasn't an army out there. There would have been evidence. And then also, I think... because why was there that big of an army of robots to protect Mother when there's nothing else out there? They know what's out there because they're the one growing the crops. They're the one, getting the.
As we've learned in a lot of sci-fi movies, rebels are like rats. They find a way to hide somewhere.
That is possible. That's a good point. Mother may have been like, let's make sure there isn't anybody else just in case before I turn it over to this girl to, raise humanity back up again.
Yeah.
So that's definitely a valid point.
Well, shit. Did you have any standout scenes for you in this movie?
There's a couple that I enjoyed. I liked when the woman finally did get into the complex, or whatever you want to call it. I did like that. I liked towards the end when there's that whole. Basically, you find out for sure that the woman didn't have all these other people that she was leading the daughter to. And she's like, yeah, it's just, we have everything we need right here.
And so the daughter was shocked.
It was obvious that she tricked her. Mm-hmm. And then Mother even mentioned that before, we got to be careful because people, they may seem... Mm-hmm. But
humans are assholes.
Yeah, but they can trick you. So that was another lesson I thought was really well. I thought that was almost overly, elaborate to finally get to that point. But yeah, that was a good lesson to have to teach the person. Because how else is she going to teach somebody to be able to recognize that if she's never had, another human being to talk to? Mm-hmm. She's not going to know when someone's being deceitful or whatnot. So you have to be careful regardless. And that's what she was trying to get, drill into her, is be careful regardless so that you can protect everyone else.
Yeah. Damn.
I mean, there's a lot of good stuff in this. I mean, a lot of thought-provoking stuff in this movie. It does seem, it isn't like super action-packed. Like,
no, but it's not lull. Like, it's like there's enough action to keep you going, and the story is good enough to keep
enough suspense to keep you interested. But yeah, it's not like, I don't want people to think this is like going to be like some over the top Terminator movie with all these droids running around shooting folks. It's not like that at all. They barely even use the droids except for Mother. Mm-hmm. And she's like the most non-threatening thing, except for when she runs down a hallway. That's
my god, that was awful.
Yeah, it just takes off.
Yeah, she's like, and then they keep cutting back and forth to it. As oh man, that scene. I was like, oh my god, she's gonna get there and break somebody's neck. Oh man, but yeah, and I love the way they set up how smart the girl was, and how, just by repairing Mother's hand, something just a one-off, but later it comes in handy when she needs to rewire the hand to open the drawers, and then the revelation of, we've been spoiling the whole thing, but I'll say spoilers again, of Mother fucking Holocaust. Mm-hmm. She's been burning experiment after experiment.
She says it at the beginning of the movie, like when she's explaining it to her daughter. It takes a long time to become, a good mother. Mm-hmm. So those were all her mistakes, I guess.
Trial and error. Yep. Luckily, she ain't in Alabama. Anyway, sir, go watch or not for you.
Yeah, I definitely say go watch. It is a Netflix movie, so you don't have to go far, and it's a good movie, thought provoking. No reason not to see it. Unless you just hate Hilary Swank, there's no reason not to see the movie.
But some people are. No, never mind. I'm not going to get into that. Even though
she's a great actress.
The Office covers it, so I'm going to get into it from the Office point of view. So it's been a long-standing debate, and they even discuss it on the American version of The Office, whether Hilary Swank is hot or not.
It doesn't matter if she's hot. I'm saying if she's a good actress.
Oh, no. I don't think. See, that's what I'm saying. I don't think there's a question whether or not she's a good actress, because she's great. Clearly, she's phenomenal. But that is a long-standing debate out there online.
I don't know why. I've never heard that. I don't know why that's a debate.
I don't know why either. But then when I was watching The Office, rewatching it for the 6th time, I was like, that episode came on. I was like, I'm always thinking that too. But for me, for sure, go watch because you get to see everything we just discussed and decide whether or not you would go crazy and build a masturbating arm, because that's what we're all thinking here. Of course. Where you can find us at gowatchamovie.com. The website is back and better than ever. Check it out. You can even buy movie tickets from that site. Go there and you will see the trailers we talked about today and all the stories as well. And here are beautiful voices, because there's a podcast page. And anywhere a podcast can be played, hit those like and subscribe buttons on the social media. That really helps us out. Leave a review on iTunes, because people like to see those. That's how they determine if a podcast is good or not, or something. But yes, that's it for the I Am Mother episode. I'm Kelvin.
And I'm Robert.
Go watch a movie.